Perfecting our English language has to start with fixing our pronunciation, simply because that will make our speech easy to understand. First, before fixing our pronunciation, we have to choose an accent: American English or British English. Why does that matter? I will tell you why. Pronunciation is different between these two accents, so choosing one accent is going to make it easy for people to understand you. How is pronunciation different between these two accents? I'll give you examples. So in British English, this letter R is pronounced as R in American English. So car in British English becomes car in American English. Part in British English becomes part in American English. That is only if the R is at the end, but if it's at the beginning, it's the same. So something like red is red in both British and American English. Bread is bread in American English as well. So that's for the letter R when it's at the end. In British English, it is not pronounced, but in American English, it is pronounced. Other examples where British English and American English differ is when the T is in the middle. So in British English, this word is pronounced as better, but in American English, it is better. So the T is somehow pronounced as D, and the R is pronounced, so better. This word in British English is butter, but in American English is butter. So the T again is pronounced somehow as D, and the R is pronounced at the end. This sound O in words like not. In American English, it's pronounced as not. Pot in American English is pronounced as pot. And then lastly, the word that shows the classic difference between British English and American English is this word. Water in British English, but water in American English. So you see, pronunciation between these two accents might become very different sometimes. So choose one accent that you really like. I personally would encourage you to choose the American English because it's more common and it's widely understood around the world. So you're safe choosing the American accent. Okay, after choosing one accent, the accent that we like, let's now focus on individual sounds. So in the English language, we got 44 sounds. I know it's a lot, but don't worry, we're going to break them into groups. So we got vowels and we got consonants. 20 vowels and 24 consonants. Okay, so before we start giving examples of these sounds, I have to say that sounds are written in slashes. And this is really helpful to know because when you're looking up the pronunciation of one word, knowing that is going to help you in deciphering and reading, you know, knowing that in anything in between these two signs is how that word is supposed to be pronounced. I'll demonstrate how that is helpful in a bit. So let's begin with vowels. Vowels are divided into three: short vowel sounds, long vowel sounds, and something called diphthongs. So for the short vowel sounds, let's begin with this sound, I, as in the word bit and pit and slit. That's a short I sound. And then we've got this sound as in bed, pen, red, and so on. And then we've got this sound as in cat, pal, and rat. And then we've got this sound as in cup, pup, and scrub. And then we've got this sound, which is a British sound, O, as in pot, not, rot, and so on. And then we've got this sound as in put, book, and so on. And then we've got the schwa sound, as in the word about. So that's it for short vowels. Now let's go to the long vowels. We've got this sound, E, as in C. And then we got this sound R as in car. But remember, in American English, we pronounce the R, so it's car. And then we got this sound O as in law. And then we got this sound U as in blue. And then we got this sound as in bird. And that's it for long vowels. Easy, right? And then we got diphthongs. Diphthongs are a mixture of two vowel sounds. So we got this sound A as in day. We have this sound I as in my. And then we have this sound oi as in boy. And then we have this sound ow as in now. And then we have this sound o as in no. This sound ear as in near. This sound air as in hair. And then this sound as in pure and tor. But nobody really says that these days. It is more like tor and pure. And that's it for vowel sounds. Short vowel sounds, long vowel sounds, and diphthongs. And then what's remaining is consonant sounds. So we got p as in pen, b as in bad, t as in tea, d as in dog, k as in cat, g go, f fish, v van, th think, and note that one because it's a weird symbol. It's th think, and this one also the this, s see, z zoo, sh shoe, j measure, h hat. And then we got ch chat, j jam, m man, n no, ng sing, l leg, r red, y yes, w wet. So what I'm showing you in slashes is the sound, so bear that in mind. So some of the sounds that some of you, my lovely audience, struggle with is p and b. An example is brother. It is brother, b, not brother, p. Or the shortened brother, bro, it is bro, not pro, because the meaning will change. The sound r is another one. In English, we don't roll the tongue. We don't say r, as is the case with other languages like Somali, I guess also Portuguese and Spanish, and Italian as well, and Turkish. A bunch of languages, to be honest, roll the tongue when pronouncing that letter. But when it comes to English, it is ra, okay? So red, rabbit, rare, and so on. The s and z sounds are a bit problematic for some people. So this one is z, the other one is s. So we got zebra, zest, and so on. And we got speed, saw, and so on. Another sound that people struggle with is the th and the sound. So the th sound in 30, 3, and thin, and the sound the in this, the word the, and the word brother, just like father. So remember how I told you that I will show you how to look up the pronunciation of words online or from a dictionary. It's basically the same thing. So let's say you want to look up the pronunciation of this word. Okay, it shows up right here. So in slashes, you can see the b sound, the I sound. Okay, there you got the n sound, the sound, the I sound, and then the n sound. So it's something like benign. Okay, now let's confirm whether or not we're going to get it. So listen to it.
Benign, benign.
Okay, that's one way to do it. If you want to go and, figure out the American pronunciation of it, just go to Cambridge Dictionary. You can go to any dictionary, but I prefer Cambridge Dictionary because it has the UK pronunciation and the American pronunciation side by side. So if I show you here, yes, there it is. So we've got the UK, it's taking quite some time.
Benign.
Okay, that's the UK one.
benign,
And then that's the American one. It's pretty much the same here. So focus on what's between the slashes, okay? It's the sounds which we went through that are combined to make a word. So that's how you figure out the pronunciation. Or you could just listen to the person who recorded their audio for this, for the pronunciation of this word, and you'll be fine. And something else to help you with your pronunciation is tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are sentences with sounds that are repeated for purposes of practice with that sound. So if there is any challenging sound, tongue twisters is the go-to. So let me give you examples of tongue twisters. If you have a problem with P and B sounds, then this tongue twister is going to help you a lot. Peter's big purple parrot bit Bob's bright blue balloon. That is a good tongue twister to practice with your P and B sounds. Another tongue twister that targets the S and the Z sounds is this one. Silly zebra zoomed past 7 sizzling sausages. That's a good one to practice the S and the Z. Or how about this one? Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. This one targets the L and the R sounds. So the thing with tongue twisters is that first you have to say it slowly to get the hang of it, and then you should be able to say it as fast as you can. If you can say it fast, repeatedly, then you have mastered that sound that you're targeting to pronounce in that tongue twister. So that was it, a brief summary on how to improve your pronunciation in the English language. Let me know if you want me to make dedicated videos on what we discussed. I'd also love to hear any thoughts that you may have. See you in another video, and goodbye.